What is going on, YouTube family? Welcome back to another episode of Pips and Points. I'm your host Jono, and today we're going to be talking about what we always talk about, which is the NAS100. Now before I get into that, I want to say a big special shout out to all my Pip Tonights. Those guys are my subscribers, the best human beings on the planet. Guys, you're the best. I want to thank you for hanging with me and continue to stick with me. And I'm also enjoying the fact that you're now starting to engage with me a little bit more in the comment section. Keep dropping those gems in the comment section. I absolutely love you for doing that. You're the best. Also, I want to give a special shout out to all the new guys that have stumbled across this video for the first time. Guys, welcome to Pips and Points. On this channel, we predominantly talk about the NAS100. Sometimes we talk about other currency pairs as well, but we mainly talk about the NAS100. And what I'm doing on this channel basically is I'm just showcasing or sharing with you how I navigate the NAS100, how I plan to navigate the NAS100 in the coming days and weeks, right? Or in the coming hours. It just depends on what's going on. Now, in saying that, I'm not claiming to be a financial advisor or a guru or any of that, okay? I'm just a regular guy, just like you, sharing how I navigate the NAS100, okay? So I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm 100% not giving you financial advice. Everything that you do, if you use the information in this video for yourself, which you can do, obviously I don't have ownership of anything, right? Apart from what I'm creating, okay? Is I would have hoped that you've done your homework, you've done your research, everything makes sense to you personally. You personally understand what it is that you're doing before you do it, okay? So, with that said, let's get into it. So first things first, guys, I'm going to turn on all the work that we've been doing for the last couple of days for us to be making videos as to what's going on in the markets, right? And we can see, if we go in closer, if we go super close, we can see what's been going on. So as we can see, we had a number of opportunities to take sales as market was pulling down, right? So you could have taken a sell up here, or you could have taken a sell over here, right? And obviously price has come all the way down, and price looks like it's pushing up. I'm currently out of a trade right now because this wick over here took out my trailing stop. It took out my trailing stop about here somewhere, right? So we done well. I'm very happy, and all you guys that stuck in sell orders as well, well done to you, right? Well done to you. Nice pips collected. That's what we do. That's what it's about, okay? So this little move that we got here is invalid. Why? Because if I zoom out even further, I'm fairly confident the price isn't going to go any lower than where it is right now. So this whole thing we don't need anymore. So let's get rid of that. Boom, gone. Right now, this area is what we need to figure out what is going on right now. So on a daily, this level here is considered a low, and I am now back into the market. So my old trade, I've closed out of it, right? Well, market closed me out, and I've now taken a second trade on this wick right here, right? And I'm in that right now, so I'm now buying the market. So I'm actually in a play right now. So we're going to go into the hourly, and we're going to see exactly what's going on here, why I did what I did, right? And I'm going to give you guys an in-depth analysis as to why we took the play that we did, and there's a lot of confirmation confirming this area being a good area to stick in your buy orders, and I'm going to be sharing that with you in this video, right? So I think I just should have been zooming in closer. So first things first, why did I take that buy? Right, well, after identifying this location as a high and this location as a high, I set in my hourly trend line, which is this over here, right? And I was like, okay, cool, simple. All I want to see it do is open and close above this level over here, and I'm going to do a market buy regardless, and I'm going to cover this whole area as a stop. So I got in, say, around here. So I'm somewhat in a little bit of profit right now, not big profit, and my stop is covering this area. So my stop is currently at 1386.4.05, right? and I've entered in around this area over here, which is 14152.32. So that's where I'm at the moment in this overall structure. Could I have done better? Absolutely, but what the hell, I have an idea where it's going, and I think I can literally hold the red in this case. And if it goes against me, so what? We just get back in again. That's what we do. So that is why I took this trade, right? Now, in the other videos I mentioned, well, in the last two videos I mentioned the head and shoulders. I'm not going to redraw that again, because if you want to see what I meant by the head and shoulders, just go back and watch the last two videos. You see a little box around this area with that video. Just click on it and watch it, and I give the full explanation. And watch the one after that as well, where I also give a full explanation as to that. Okay, but in this area over here, we have something really interesting happening that I've noticed before I took this trade in. All right, because what I aim to do is try to find as many confirmations as possible before I enter a trade, to let me know that, okay, cool, this might be a good trade to enter in on. Right, so first we have the trend lines here, which is so first we've got the trend line over here. So we have this one where I thought price was going to bounce off, but price actually bounced off this one. Right, so this is where price bounced off. Let's zoom in this area a little bit more. Right, so this trend line over here, right, is where price bounced off, and we can see it bounced off here. Now, if I was gonna put in a pending buy order, in all fairness and in all honesty, I would not have put it there, right? So it would have missed my order. I would have most likely put my pending buy order around this level, and it never would have got triggered. That I know for a fact I would have done that. Okay, so but what I did do was I just did a straight market buy into it. So we're currently sitting in something now, and we're going to see if it goes our way or not. But I believe it's going to go our way, and I'm going to explain why. Now, in order to do that, I could do that. Yeah, let me do that on this one. Right, we're going to do it on this one. We're going to do it on this chart. So first we're going to bring out the trend line, and we're going to do a little sign like this. Right, now, okay, so what I'm showing you here technically is not, let me see if it's correct. Okay, yes it is, 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 yes it is. I was getting scared for a minute. I thought I was showing you guys something I wanted to see. I wanted to see a pattern, and I'm just showing that to you. So if you can see this trend line over here, it's bounced off this, right? So we had this zigzagging all the way down, it broke through, went to the top of the structure, and then it's now bouncing off this particular trend line over here that I've just drawn. All right, this is not a strong indicator, but for me personally, the more confirmations I get when I'm putting on a trade, the better I feel about placing the trade. And if it's a lot of what's the word I'm looking for, confirmations, then I'm pretty much like all the way in, and yeah, you just go all the way in, literally, right? So we've taken that sell in there now, right? And now we need to look, where is the potential where this is going to go? Where is this going to go? Where is this going to go? So in my opinion, right, two things have happened that we definitely need to take note of. The first is we have a parabolic, all-encompassing bullish candle right now after a really small one with a tall wick, right? These are all things we need to read to help us determine if things is going to go our way or not, right? So this wick over here, this whole situation here, how tall it is, that we need to take into consideration. Why do we need to take into consideration? Because this wick must be filled, right? So either this is going to fill this wick, or this wick and another wick will fill this one right here. Okay, let's get rid of this. And should that happen, actually no, let's bring that back, because we need that for later. So let's bring that here. Actually no, we're going to do that again. We draw the whole thing again. So when market closes today, right, when market closes tonight, okay, it's fair to say that this would be an all-encompassing bullish candle that we have supposing to this one right here, which makes this an order block. So this is now an order block, and this area is now super important to us. Super important. Why? Because it confirms what I said in the last video, that price will come back to this level at some point where we'll then be able to grab a second helping. Right? So we're going to drag this order block all the way here. Keep that there, right? So that's the order block in relation, and the order block is this red candle right here. That is the order block, but we copied the wick to the bottom of the wick. So let's drag this out. Yep, so we copy this from the wick to the top of the wick to the bottom of the wick, and the whole thing is a place of price action levels. If we're looking for buys, we want buys as close to the bottom wick as possible, so around this area or lower. And if we're looking for sales, which we're not going to be looking for sales in this current structure at the moment, we'll be looking for another order block to do that with, right? So what do I think is going to happen? What's my move? What's my play? Well, my play is what I said earlier, right? Price is most likely going to go up and produce a higher high. The most realistic place for me to think of a next higher high would be this level, confirming this high in this area over here, which is actually a low. It actually is a low, so it's not a high, it's a low, but it will confirm this location, in my opinion, right? And then it will come back to the order block, and then it will push up to the moon. That is what I think. So let's zoom out and let's see how that looks. Yes, so if I look at it in this way, I feel this second push to the upside would be a very good chance of when the NAS will produce a new higher high, in my opinion. That is what I think will happen, right? But only time will tell, and we'll see how that goes. So I'm going to go into a lower time frame. I don't know if maybe there's something else I want to discuss with you guys, so I'm just going to see if there's anything I've missed, and I'll then bring it up. Let's have a quick look. And as you can see, the order block, it literally covers the whole violent price action in the whole in this area. Like, it literally just covers the whole thing, which is fantastic. So this is it. This is the order block, and then the smaller one is right here, right? So let's do this order block as well, right? Because this is the hourly order block. Right? So as you can see, price kept going into it. So it went all the way up, came back into it again, and went all the way up again, and then came back in, touched it one last time, and then it's going, and then now it's obviously is heading back up again, right? So that this area is a very important area, the area of 13922.63, and I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom of the last wick, right? And we're just going to say 13874.61. So these are areas, if price returns back into, you kind of want to analyze the situation. All right, so now we're going to go into a lower time frame. We're going to go into a 15-minute time frame, 15-minute, to get the real actual look of the order block itself, right? And you can see this is the one that we took, so this one still stands, but however, we need to factor in this as well. We need to factor in this. So first off, this middle order block, we're going to make it a little bit thicker, and when we do it like that, we can see it covers everything. Price went back into it many times. Okay, and there's a very good chance price is going to come back into this again at some point in the near distant future. So we absolutely want to be keeping an eye at this level. This level is a golden level for us, so alerts need to be put in place. in regards to this situation over here, and whatever else that you could do to keep an eye on this level, I would recommend you do it. You do it. Because my entry today was a terrible entry. Reason being is that I could have done much better. But sometimes I'm really impulsive when it comes to trades. Like, if I see the situation is where I want it to be, okay, I can literally break my own rules in regards to risk management and just place a trade, hold a huge stop, and see what happens. And sometimes it catches me out in a disgusting way. It really does. So that is something I do not encourage people to do. If I was you, and say for example you was watching this video and you've done your research, you've done your homework, and you were patient, I would wait down here, right? But like I said, I'm not you. I don't know if you've done the research or not. I hope you would have done. And if you've done it, great, because it's gonna work out great for you guys. So with that said, I don't think there's anything else I can cover in regards to what we're hoping to happen. So I want to thank you all for taking the time to come and watch another episode of Pips and Points, where I have given you the absolute best technical analysis I could possibly deliver in regards to where I think the NAS is going to go next. Okay, now everything I've said is not written in stone. It does not mean what I've said is actually going to happen. I myself, I don't know. I'm only speculating. Okay, so that's why I always ask, and I strongly recommend you do your own homework. I strongly recommend that you make sure you know what it is that you're doing and just don't go off what I'm saying. That is just the one thing that I need to share with you guys, just to let you know. You have to know how I get my answers, and it has to make sense to you. So with that said, I want to thank you all once again. So second time by thanking you, right? And I love thanking you guys, because like I said, you're the best, right? So I love thanking you, right? Thank you for giving me your precious time to watch another episode of Pips and Points. If you find the information useful in any way, please hit the subscribe button, become a Pip tonight, turn on the notifications so every time I release a video, you'll be one of the first to see it. All right, and drop a comment, let me know where you're watching us from. All right, yeah, do that. Okay, so guys, thank you, you've been the best, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. This is Jono signing out.